criticism, backlash, and even the question of their place in the playing 11. That is what Rohit Sharma and his men faced after the defeat in the first test against England. Fans, critics, and former players raised questions over Rohit Sharma's captaincy and credibility of certain players. One defeat and the daggers were out. While England were praised for their spirited performance against India, India's approach was questioned. Former players like Monty Panesar even predicted a 5-0 victory in favour of England. After the win, he said,
"If Ollie Pope and Tom Hartley continue to play like this, it will be a whitewash. It will be 5-0 for England. It can happen. It is a very big victory. No one even imagined this was even possible. Everyone thought that England would lose after a 190 deficit, but Ollie Pope had a brilliant innings, one of the best innings we have seen in a long time. And Rohit Sharma was clueless."
An unknown spinner troubling India's batting on their soil, but to see judgments pass so quickly is jumping the gun. But England's victory was so spirited that even Captain Rohit Sharma after the defeat agreed India weren't brave enough. After the game he said,
"It's hard to pinpoint where it went wrong. Having got a lead of 190, we thought we were very much in the game. Exceptional batting, one of the best that I have seen in Indian conditions by an overseas batter. I thought 230 was gettable. There wasn't too much in the pitch. We didn't bat well enough to get to the score. I went and checked where we bowled. We bowled in the right areas. We didn't bat well enough to get to that score. The lower order actually fought really well there and showed the top order that you need to fight it out. You need to show character. You need to be brave enough, which I thought we weren't. We wanted to take some chances. We didn't take chances with the bat. But that can happen. It's the first game of the series. I hope the guys can learn from that."
India certainly learned from their mistakes and answered the critics perfectly. A massive victory by 106 runs proved why one cannot count India out early in the series. But were India really the favourites for the second test? Heading into the second test, many expected the pitch to be ranked Turner at Visakhapatnam. Experts believed India would make the most of the home conditions. But England were prepared too. Before the start of the second test, England coach hinted out on England's options.
If the wickets continue to spin as much as we saw in the first test, as the series go on, we won't be afraid to play all spinners or a balance of what we have got. We'll have a look at conditions and make a call. You're not going to get every call right, especially over here. It's hard to read some of the wickets. But we'll make a decision and go quids in on trying to commit to that. Then we'll see where we land.
But what followed was not many were expecting. India stuck to their strengths and opted for a traditional Indian pitch, and many saw the tactician Rohit Sharma in action for the second test. He may have had a poor outing as a batter, but the Indian captain was spot on when it came on to field decisions. India opted for slow Turner, which helped pacers in the first innings. But was it only that helped India beat England in the second test? Let's look at the 5 areas that helped India beat England in the second test. Number 1. Yashasvi Jaiswal's fighting knock. While wickets were tumbling from one end, Yashasvi continued to hold the other end. The youngster brought his maiden test double ton and continued his impressive run in the longest format. Jaiswal became the 4th left-handed batter to hit a test double century. He joined the ranks of Vinod Kambli, Saurav Ganguly and Gautam Gambhir. He also secured the title of the 3rd youngest Indian to achieve this milestone. Vinod Kambli remains the youngest, accomplishing the feat at 21 years and 35 days. Yashasvi's 209-run innings ensured India posted a fighting 396 in the first innings. Yashasvi took the attack on England bowlers as he smashed 19 fours and 7 sixes in his 209. His innings propelled India to 396 in the first innings. This gave India a solid foundation to fight in the second test. Number 2. Jasprit Bumrah rattles England. An Indian pacer going all guns blazing on Indian pitch is a sight to behold. Jasprit Bumrah showed why he is India's leading pacer in all formats in England's second innings. Bumrah picked 6 wickets as England were dismissed for 253 runs in the second innings, ensuring India had a lead of 143 runs. Bumrah picked up 6 wickets by giving away just 45 runs. He rattled the English attack and put India on the front foot. Jasprit's 6-wicket haul also meant he became the fastest Indian pacer to clinch 150 Test wickets. He achieved this feat in 33 matches with less than the likes of Glenn McGrath and Jeff Thompson, who took 34 matches each to reach the milestone. In the first innings, he outclassed Ben Stokes and rattled out his off-stump. Stokes' reaction to the dismissal went all over social media, as he too was shocked by the impressive delivery. Bumrah did not stop there. He continued his impressive run in the final innings. He picked 3 wickets in the final innings and helped India to an impressive victory against England. He shouldered the responsibility along with Ashwin and took India to victory. Number 3, Shubman back in form. After a poor run, Indian batter Shubman Gill faced a lot of criticism. The youngster was under a lot of pressure when he came to bat during India's second innings. India lost Yashasvi and Rohit early on, and the onus was on to Shubman to prove his worth. The batter showed composure on the field and continued to score from one end while wickets were falling from the other end. Akshar, who pitched in with 45 runs, accompanied him to stabilise the innings, but it was Shubman Gill who ensured India had a heavy lead. Shubman notched up 104 runs in an innings that included 11 fours and 2 sixes. Shubman's 104 helped India post 255 on the board, which took India's lead to 398 runs. England needed 399 runs to win the second test. Run out, the turning point of the game. Shreyas Iyer proved why fielding is an important aspect in cricket. During England's second innings, they were in a solid position. India needed a miracle to get back into the game. Ben Stokes and Ben Foakes were going strong as England were 220 for 6 and needed 179 to pull off a famous victory. It wasn't the first occurrence for Ben Stokes, as he pulled off a famous victory for England at the Headingley in the past. While Ben Stokes went for another Headingley glory, Shreyas Iyer ran him out for 11. This ended England's only hope, and India were in full command of the game. Ashwin saves the day. Fourth innings and Ravichandran Ashwin on the pitches are a match made in heaven. Ashwin did not disappoint captain Rohit Sharma, as he picked 3 wickets in the innings. He also etched his name in history books after he became India's leading wicket-taker in Test cricket against England. Ashwin, who has picked 96 wickets against England, went past Bhagwat Chandrasekhar, who has 95 to his name. On the 4th day, India needed their star spinner to step up, and Ashwin did exactly that. Off his 3 wickets, he got the crucial wickets of Ollie Pope and Joe Root. Pope and Root going cheaply ensured India were in the command of the game. India will now take on England in the 3rd test at Rajkot. The series is currently levelled at 1-1.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.